it was all flowing through, just just scattered everywhere. But it was the things that I learned, and I kept running it in my head on and on. But writing really helped me organize it a lot. And now I have and my book is really structured based on what I learned. And now I'm able to, what I learned from the book was which part of my life relates to which part of the actual learning that helped me break through. So I was able to tie the knots between my trauma and what I learned and what I can continue to do in order to better my life. So these 3 stages, I kind of tie them together in my book. I relate my story and my experiences to the instruction that I give in the book, which is my learning, and then I also provide exercises for people to start their own healing journey, to at least trigger it to help them start. I think.
Yeah, and I have another question. Why do you call yourself a warrior? How did you come up with this strong word?
That's an awesome question. I've never been asked that before. I at first I was thinking of a name for the book and for the work that I'm doing, but I just couldn't figure out what I would come up with, because I wanted it to feel like me. I wanted every piece of my work to have a piece of me in it. So the word and the victim to warrior kind of rhymed in my head a little one day, so I kind of played around with it and saw how it would work on a website, and I was like, oh, it actually sounds good, and people started liking it. So anyway, why I call myself a warrior is because I feel that the journey I took from being a victim to healing myself. I mean, it was really traumatic. It was really painful. I went through a lot by myself, and hardly anybody around me knew what I was going through. But I fought. I never ever gave up on myself, and I made a conscious decision to myself and said, my main goal was to heal myself. That was the day one where I kind of started my journey. And now I feel that I am invincible. That's what I feel inside me. Like nothing that is brought upon me can break me. And it's not a warrior in the sense, I take a sword or a shotgun and go kill people or for revenge. It's never that definition. It's a warrior. I would say it's the warrior of seeing light. It's a really happy place to be right now where I am, and it's more of conquering pain. I would say it's a warrior who conquers and who has conquered all pain, and who is invincible. That's the kind of sense that I have right now, and that's how I feel. So, and I'm really grateful to everybody who came to my life for me to be who I am today. So that's what gives me the power that I feel today to be a warrior.
Yeah, and I received an email with a copy of the cover of your book yesterday. You sent me one, and I love it. And, of course, I want to know what is the meaning behind this cover.
Oh, thank you, Diana, for the compliment. And the cover of the book actually has a lot of meaning. If you see, it's a sunset picture that I took by myself. I have my Fortress of Solitude, which I go to. It's actually a hilltop in my neighborhood in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I go to this hilltop. It's in my neighborhood, and I go every week without fail, where I can see the entire bay. So it's the bay and the sun setting to the bay. It's the most beautiful view you can ever see, and so and I'm not sure whether you can actually see it. A small path, and that's the I-580 freeway. So it means a lot to me because of the journey I took. After I got laid off in 2012, I drove from Indiana to San Francisco on my own, and it resembles that journey. It was so powerful because I did it alone. I did it based on a gut feeling that I had. I had no job, no friends, no family, no money, and literally no one around me to comfort me or anything. Then I did this journey, but I purely did this based on my gut feeling because it felt right. And here I am today writing a book, talking on a talk show with my absolutely amazing host, Diana, with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to be who I am today and to live my life. So I figured I need to put a little bit of me also into the cover. So I created it by myself, and I hope it, the readers like it too, and thank you that you like it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So that's the journey. It resembles my hard and long journey, but journey into bliss, literally. That's why I kind of try to have the sun there and the sunset. It's just it feels pure. It feels genuine. It feels real, and that's what it means to me.
Yeah, and I congratulate you on your journey. It's really hard not to have anybody to share your pain with. And I don't know, since you're a member of so many groups on Facebook and you see what's going on, and my next question is, do you feel like you are grateful because you don't have somebody to share your pain with and you are able to do it, to do everything by yourself? Or you prefer to have somebody else who has been in kind of situation you were? So what do you think about that?
That's a really good question. Well, at first, when I was actually in my healing process, when I was feeling pain, I felt like I was completely alone, and communicating with the support group victims that I work with now, I feel that they feel the same way. I mean, everybody, I see all these comments about them being alone and feeling alone. So at that time, yes, I did feel like it would have been great to have somebody who understood me. And I had a series of really the relationships just because of that, because I felt like, I need somebody, and I would start opening up my story, and then I would get slammed back in. So it was obviously portraying neediness in me, and it wasn't working. So I just went inward, and I realized that I can't depend on somebody else to heal me. So that's why I went on my journey all by myself. I mean, obviously I had help in the sense I had a therapist, I had a psychologist, and I took advice from them, but I didn't really depend only on them to heal me. I did a lot of work on my own. I meditated, I did yoga, and I screamed, I cried, I did everything possible to let my anger and my pain out. But the one advice I have for those who are in support groups is that no one else in the support groups is going to help you heal. I mean, they can give you tools, yes. They can advise you on things, but the conscious decision that needs to be made to heal needs by you and you alone. Other people may come into your life and offer support, but if you if you consider that as just a crying shoulder, it's not going to boost your healing journey by any means. It needs to come from within. It needs to come from your own understanding of who you are, who you've become, and what you want to be. So I think I'm very appreciative of the fact that I actually was able to do it on my own, and because it opened up channels to channels that I didn't even know existed within me. I mean, it gave me an outlet to writing, to discover the entrepreneur in me, even though educationally I'm an engineer. And the more you're around other people asking for advice, the more that they're going to suggest is what they know. It's not necessarily the best for what you want to do or what you want to be. Whenever you're asking for support, most of the time you're actually asking for validation of what you want to do on your own. So that's kind of diving pretty deep into the question you asked. I hope it answered.
Yes, it did. And I have another question. At this point in your life, do you think that anything is possible?
Of course. I mean, I have absolutely no doubt. And so far, I have to say, I have lived all my dreams that I've had since I was 12 years old. And I am really faithful about manifesting my dreams. And it's almost like a religion to me now. And I will have no one tell me what I can't do. So I believe that anything is possible, and all I do is move forward. And I don't use my abuse story as a means of sympathy, because I don't understand sympathy because I never got it before. So I don't necessarily give sympathy either, but I'm here to support people through my book and through my counseling work online, to be able to give them the tools they need and to guide them. So some people might even find me very too straightforward and not compassionate, but I'm not here to sympathize with anyone. I'm here to help them help guide them through their journey. And sometimes you kind of do need a push. And I wish I had that push back in the day, like when I was in my healing journey, but I didn't have it because I didn't really share my story with many people. So, yeah, anything is possible, Diana.
Yeah, that's true. That's my philosophy.
It's an open road.
Yeah. Exactly. As long as you want it, anything is possible. So let's go back to your book again. Tell us, what was the hardest thing of writing your book?
I'm sorry, what's that?
What was the hardest thing of writing your book? Hardest part?
Yeah, the hardest part is to, even now, the challenge is to figure out, I'm all about giving to others. So my biggest challenge is when I write something, I always kind of go back and I try to edit it to figure out like what best use would this book be, because I don't want it to be some trash can or like a dumping of my story. So the challenge is to kind of make it really, really useful to the reader. You know, it's not just about me. I'm not writing the book based on my needs. I'm trying to cater to the needs of people, the whole world out there who needs a voice. So the challenge is linking my learnings to deliver the best message. And it's hard, but I'm doing it. I think I'm doing a good job at doing it. I'm taking some time, but you know, that's the most challenging part.
Okay. Do you have anything specific that you want to say to the readers before they start reading your book? Yeah.
Yes. So it's